welcome. We're going to do a nice yoga practice today based on easeful living. So allowing ourselves to expand our capacity and actually bring in more energy into the body. So we'll do a short yoga practice followed by a brief meditation. So come onto your mat, feet are hip width apart, hands by your sides, and just have your eyes closed for a minute. And I just want you to start to breathe into your body. I know you're doing that anyway, but being more conscious of the breath into your body. And then noticing if you're holding any tension anywhere, maybe in the shoulders, in the bum, legs, wherever it is. And you can just move that part of the body if that helps you to release any tension and to soften. Or you can just use the breath, guiding the breath to where it needs to go to help you to relax and soften the body. Feel the earth underneath your feet and notice the mind. If there's some thoughts, some stories, planning, just take a moment just to see if you're able just to let that go and come into the present moment so we can begin our yoga practice. And I'd like you to imagine that there is an axis that's reaching all the way down from the heavens, through the top of your head, down the centre of the body, all the way down, through the pelvis, out the bottom of the pelvis to the ground, and then that axis will travel through the earth, all the way down through the root layers, through the clay layers, through the pools of water and the crystals, all the way down to the centre of Mother Earth. So we're going to start to move on this axis, and having that connection to Mother Earth and to the heavens, we're able to draw down energy from above, and we're able to draw up energy from below. And of course we can give energy to Mother Earth, and we can give energy to heaven. So we're on this axis where we're receiving and we're giving. We're aware of that central point through the body and the connections above and below. So continue to breathe as you imagine that thread or that axis running through the body. And that axis is something there, it's a point of stability that's holding you up. It's grounding you to the earth and connecting you to heaven. So keep the eyes closed. And then on the next inhale, sweep the arms, side sweep the arms all the way overhead. And then bring the palms together at the top. If you want to, you can create a mudra here. So you're just literally going to take the second finger and you're going to create this kind of shape here. Okay, so if you want to, otherwise you can just have the hands in prayer position. Okay, so from that point, you're going to exhale and you're going to sweep the arms all the way down. So keep the eyes closed. We're going to do that 4 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead. Bring the palms together if you want to create that mudra where we're pointing up to the sky, drawing down into the body through our axis, using that mudra. And then you're going to exhale to lower the arms. Let's go again 2 more times, or 3 more times, sorry. Inhaling, sweeping. Exhale to lower. Ujjayi breath if you can. Exhale to lower the arms. Good. Okay, so we're going to take standing forward bend. We're going to come into standing forward bend with a stay 1. Okay, so we're going to side sweep the arms all the way overhead as we inhale. Then we're going to exhale and fold forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to bring the body down to your thighs. Tuck the head in at the end. From here, you're going to inhale. straighten the legs, come up onto your fingertips. Hopefully the fingertips are in line with your toes, and the idea is that we're flattening the back as best we can and the chin stays tucked in. Exhale, soften the knees, fold forward, body to thighs, and then you're going to inhale to come all the way back up again. Sweep the arms all the way up, and then exhale to lower the arms. Okay, so we're going to do 5 more rounds. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Fingers in line with toes, tuck the head. Inhale, straighten legs, flatten back, chins tucked in. It's called a stitty. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale to lower the arms. Let's go again. Inhale, side sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Pull the tummy in as you come down in that forward fold. Remain strong. Inhale into your stitty. Straighten the legs, flatten the back, chins comes in. And then exhale, soften knees, fold forward, over the knees, and then push through the feet as you inhale to come up. So I'm going to let you do the last, exhale to lower the arms. I'm going to let you do the last 2 by yourself. See if you can remember the instructions. Or maybe you're familiar with this movement. And as we work in remembering that point of axis through the centre of the body, keeping us beautifully grounded and also connected to the heavens, to the sun, the moon, the skies, the stars, and all that is beyond, into that universe, expansive, infinite space. Beautiful. Good. So if you're still working, just making sure that's your last one. And then we're going to come into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. So your right foot is going to go 45 degrees, and then you'll step forward with the left. Making sure that back foot is ground down into the mat. So we're going to take 4 rounds of Virabhadrasana, 1 on this side, and then we'll switch to the other side. And again, we're going to use that mudra that we did at the beginning, with the second fingers together, creating that kind of shape. If that's too much, just have the palms together. Okay, so as we inhale, we're going to sweep the arms overhead, bend that front leg. Exhale here. Let's see if you can deepen into that posture. And then on the second inhale, you're going to bring the palms together, and you're going to lift the arms. So you can just gently lift the arms, and in doing so you're going to lift the chest slightly. So you're going to get more of an extension in the spine, maybe even a slight back bend. And then you'll exhale as you lower the arms, and you're going to straighten that front knee. So staying here, let's go again. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead. So at this point the palms are parallel. Exhale, as you exhale, see if you can drop a bit deeper into that Virabhadrasana one with the hips, dropping through the hips. Inhale, palms come together, creating that nice mudra, and then inhaling, lifting through the chest. Then exhale to lower the arms and straighten that front knee. 2 more rounds. Sweep the arms overhead on the inhale, palms opposite each other. Exhale, dropping through the hips, see if you can deepen that movement, making sure that the back heel is always securely on the ground. As you inhale, bring your palms together, and then stretch through the arms, see if you can lift through the chest, creating that nice little back bend. If you want to look up at your hands, you can, and then exhale to lower the arms. Okay, 1 more round. Inhale. Exhale, drop through the hips. Inhale, palms together. And then as you inhale, continue to inhale, lifting through the chest, opening. There's a nice stretch there in the front of the body, back of the body. Exhale to lower the arms. And then when you're ready to finish, just step back or shuffle the feet back, whatever's better for you. And you're just going to adjust yourself here, and we're going to move to the other side. So your left foot is 45 degrees, stepping forward with the right foot. Okay, just making sure that back heel remains on the mat the whole time, and try to keep this back leg as straight as you can as well, because we have a tendency to let that go soft. So just try to keep some energy in that leg, remembering your connection to heaven and earth. We're on that axis. And then when you're ready, we're going to do the same movement on this side. So you're going to inhale, sweep the arms overhead, bend that front knee. Just be mindful the knee doesn't come over the toes. Exhale as we lower into the posture maybe, just dropping the hips slightly. It could just be like half a centimetre, a fraction of a centimetre, that's fine. And then as we inhale, we're going to stretch up through the body, place the hands together and stretch up through the body, maybe coming into a bit more of a back bend here. If you want to look up, you can. And then when you feel ready to, your exhale, lower the arms, straighten the front knee. Let's go again, 3 more rounds. Inhale as we sweep the arms all the way overhead. Exhale to lower. Inhale, palms together. Creating that nice back bend, looking up if you want to. If you feel wobbly, then don't look up clearly. Exhale to lower the arms. Inhale, warrior one. So we're making that beautiful connection to our heaven above, drawing down that energy into the body, into our axis. Axis, it's a strange word, axis. Keep going. Good. So when you finish, you're just going to step the foot back. Good. And then just notice how you feel. So just take a moment, just standing, have the eyes closed. Done a bit of work on each side now, done a forward bend. Just notice if the body's okay. How you feel, are you still connected above and below? And then you're going to come down onto your knees and we're going to take a nice cat position. So come on to your knees, hands below your shoulders. I'm going to take 6 rounds. So from here we're going to inhale, we're going to come lift the chest all the way up as far as it will go. It's like you're shining your heart in front of you. And then exhale, as we exhale, I want you to see if you can pull the tummy in, tuck the tailbone, and take the hips halfway back. Halfway, so not touching the heels, so about there. So halfway between the initial position and your heels. Then on the next inhale, you're going to lift the chest, so come into that up cat position. Exhale, pull the tummy in, tuck the tailbone, and then you're going to start to move the hips halfway towards the hips. Dropping the head as well. Inhale, all the way up into your cat. Okay, so now we're going to do that on your own 4 rounds, just working with your own breath. I love the freedom to work with my own breath in yoga class, not being told when to move and when to breathe. Yeah, and it's to go at your own pace, with your own breath length, with your own body, not trying to move on somebody else's instruction and breathe on someone else's instruction. Yeah, so we've got that freedom within our practice. And once we know what we're doing, then we can move however, we can move independently from instruction. So let's just take 1 more round. Good. And then just take your hips to heels for a minute and just take a moment there just to finish the posture. We're going to come onto our backs now. So we're still working on that axis. Even though we're lying down, there is the axis access is still there. The heaven and the earth connection is still present. Yeah, it's still running through the centre of the body. We've just moving around, but it's still there. Okay. So from here, you're going to have your feet flat on the mat. Your chin is going to be tucked in. Your hands are by your side. You can have the eyes closed if you can. And then on an inhale, I want you to lift the hips, and I want you to take the arms 45 degrees. So your fingertips are pointing at the ceiling. So inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms. Exhale here. Now joining the palms together, creating that mudra again. Inhale, take the arms all the way to the mat behind you. See if you can lift the hips maybe a tad higher. Inhale. And then exhale to lower the arms and lower the hips. Okay, let's go again. Inhale, lift the hips, take the arms 45 degrees. Exhale here. And as you exhale, I want you to pull your tummy muscles in. Stabilise that position. Inhale, bring the palms together, create your mudra. And then drop the arms all the way overhead, maybe pushing through the feet a bit more to take the hips up higher. Keep the arms nice and straight. Exhale as we lower the arms, lower the hips. So let's do that 2 more times together. Inhale, hips up, arms 45 degrees. Exhale, draw the tummy in, stabilise the hips. Stabilise the pelvis by keeping that tummy nice and tight. Inhale, palms together, create your mudra. Nice straight arms as you take them all the way overhead to the mat behind you, lifting the hips maybe a tad higher this time round, and then exhale to lower the arms. So if you can do the last one on your own without any instruction, and really get into coordinating the movement with your breath. And when you finish your round of movement, you're just going to rest here with your arms on the floor, your hips on the floor. Keep the eyes closed. Let's take a few breaths here. And then we're going to take the feet, place them in towards each other, so your feet are, the sides of the feet are together, your knees are together. And we're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're going to, on the inhale, we're going to let the knees open up into like a butterfly position, and we're going to take the arms all the way overhead. And we're just going to take 4 rounds dynamically, moving in and out of the posture, and then we'll stay for a couple of breaths. Okay, so to begin, just make sure your chin is tucked in, have the eyes closed, and then as you inhale, you're going to drop the knees apart, take the soles of the feet together, and allow the arms to come all the way overhead and to reach the floor behind you. Exhale. Draw the legs together. Make sure that tummy is coming in as well as you draw the knees in, arms by your sides. Good, so it's a simple movement. Inhale. The legs come open, arms overhead. You might feel a slight back bend here. Exhale as we lower the arms. Close the legs. Again, inhale, drop the knees apart, arms overhead. Exhale. One more round and then we're going to stay in Supta Baddha Konasana. It's one of my favourite positions to stay in. It's so, I don't know, just so restorative, so beautiful, so relaxing. The body can just open. So let's do that. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, Drop the knees apart, the arms come overhead onto the floor. If you want to, you can bring your palms together and you can create that nice mudra that we've been using during this practice. And we're going to stay here just breathing into our tummies. Nice big breaths into our bodies. Make sure you're keeping if you're using the mudra, keep your arms nice and straight. So it's straight arms, straight fingers. It's almost like you're drawing energy down into the body using that mudra. We want to increase our capacity, increase the energy that we can hold in the body. The whole universe is just pure energy, and we're just a tiny, 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 tiny speck of energy in comparison. But we can, we can utilise the energy around us and draw it into the body. And we can do that intentionally through breath, through mudra. There's many different ways. One more breath here. And then on the next exhale, you'll just drop the arms down by your side, bring the knees together. And then last asana, we're going to take the knees in over our tummy, hands on the knees, fingers pointing to the toes. Again, just checking in that your chin is in. That we do this because it's Jalandhara Bandha. We like to have that slightly tucked in, just to keep that nice alignment in the spine. Back of the neck is long. So when you're ready, you're going to just gently push the knees away. And then exhale, you're going to draw your knees in. So we're not sort of pushing and pulling, it's more, the movement is more coming from the tummy, the hands are a guide, and there's also a nice movement in the lower back, the back of the hips. Inhale as we take the knees away, allow the body to fill with air, and then exhale, expelling the air as the knees come in towards us. So let's take another 2 rounds. And then just dropping the feet to the floor. If you want to have your legs outstretched, you can. And we're just going to take a very, very, very short moment in Shavasana before we move into a seated practice, including a breath work and also meditation. So just rest here for a moment. Just notice how you feel, how the body feels, how the mind is. Has there been a shift from the beginning of the practice? Just being conscious to soften the body as you relax on your mat, fully connected to the earth. Being mindful of that access that's still running through the body, out the top of the head, and then connecting you to the earth, so coming down the bottom of the pelvis and out by your feet. It's more an energetic axis than a physical axis, of course. But it's good to have that image in mind so that we can start to work more closely with the energy body. So just start to wiggle your fingers and toes now. Feet flat on the mat. Rolling onto your side, and then into a comfortable position. So I would highly recommend, if you can, and now is your opportunity to do that, is to get a cushion or something to sit on and make it quite high so you don't have to feel that sitting is uncomfortable. You know, the higher it is, the easier it is, and we want our hips to be higher than our knees. So we've got that nice downward slant of the thighs, and then that way we can sit for longer, more comfortably, without having to feel like we're doing some kind of endurance test. So grab your cushion, grab your seated, it could even be a chair, whatever's suitable for you. And then once you're comfortable here, we're going to come into a little bit of pranayama, and we're going to reconnect to that axis. So I want you to close your eyes, please. Feel like the spine is nice and long, so the physical posture, your physical being is set up ready for pranayama. And pranayama is always more formal, so the spine is as long as it can be, the chin is slightly tucked in, your hands are resting on your knees, your shoulders are relaxed. Now, if you're able to use Ujjayi breath, that's what we're going to do. If you aren't, you're just going to have to do the best you can and maybe watch a video. I'll post a video for you on Ujjayi breath. One way to get around that is that if you don't know how to do Ujjayi and you're just breathing normally, you can just blow the breath out. Imagine you're blowing out through a straw, okay? And that way you can get the exhale slightly longer than you would do with just your normal breath. But if you can use Ujjayi, please use that instead. So we're just going to start now, just taking maybe a couple of rounds of Ujjayi, and we're aiming to get the inhale breath to around 6 seconds and the exhale to anything between 8 and 12 seconds. So it's either going to be 1.5 or 2 times the length of the inhale. I don't want to get too technical. So let's just breathe in for 6 seconds if we can. Exhale. Inhale. So as you're working with the breath, start to count how long is the inhale, how long is the exhale, and then you can start to transition into that longer exhale. Trying to get that breath, that exhale at least to 8 seconds. The inhale, 4 to 6, exhale, 8 to 12 seconds. And as you do this, as you work through the practice and you're breathing and getting into it more and more, your capacity will increase, your breath length will increase. So it's, at the beginning, sometimes we're quite closed off, and then by the end of the practice, we realise that we've opened something in the body. So keep going. Hopefully you're getting into a nice rhythm with the breath. So you can stay just counting the breath for a few more rounds. If you feel that that's quite easy and your mind is maybe starting to wander, wander off in a different direction, I want you to come back to the central axis that we created, established at the beginning of the practice, and it's still established now, that energetic axis that's running from the top of the head out through the pelvis into Mother Earth. And as you inhale, so this is only if you feel like you want to go to this point, and if you don't want to, you don't have to, just continue to count. But you can inhale, and as you inhale, it's like you're bringing the breath down from the heaven, you're bringing it all the way down into the body, deep into the body. And then as you exhale, the exhalation is moving up the axis, all the way up through the body. So you're creating a connection of up and down as you breathe. Yeah? So as you breathe in, you're moving downwards. As you breathe out, you're moving upwards. Okay. So you're just reinforcing that energetic central part of the body. And with every breath along that central axis, it's almost like your connection to earth, your connection to heaven is growing stronger. You're bringing more energy in, and you're being able to let go of what's not required. So you're strengthening your connection to yourself, you're strengthening your connection to your energy body, and you're strengthening your connection to the earth and to the universe. We're allowing universal energies to move through us, to nourish us, to increase our capacity, to increase our energy. So take one more breath, and by that I mean finish the breath that you're on, and then take one more. And then when you've finished, we're just going to sit for a few minutes. So when we come into a seated, reflective practice, we can soften the body. We don't have to be so upright as we do in pranayama. You can even bring the hands in onto your lap, having like one hand on top of the other, palms up, or you can leave them where they are. The chin doesn't need to be so tucked in. The eyes can remain closed if you want to. The breath is just natural and soft. You may like to notice the breath as it enters the body at the site of the nostrils, and then exit, coming in the same way it entered. So placing focus on your nostrils, feeling the breath, feeling the temperature of the breath, feeling the movement of the breath. And just dropping your awareness into your shoulders and your arms and your hands. Just breathing there for a moment. Bringing the breath into the top part of the body. Now focusing on the chest area, the rib cage, and the soft area around the tummy. And as we go, if you notice tension, just see if you can soften. And if you can't, that's totally fine. It's just becoming aware of what is. Noticing your hips. Noticing your bum in contact with the floor, the mat, the cushion. Are you holding in the back of the body, the back of the legs? Are you holding in the hips? Just look, feel. And then moving awareness to your knees and your lower legs and your feet. And then seeing if you can breathe into the whole of your body all at once. The whole body filled with air all at the same time. Being aware of your whole body. Being aware of your whole body. Being aware of your whole body. Notice thoughts arising. Realizing that you have a choice to release what's arising or to go with it. And ideally in meditation we just notice and we release. And we're not trying to control or to do anything. We're just relaxing into the moment. We're relaxing into the present. Relaxing into ourselves, and in doing so you're able to let go. Let go of any control or tension. And trying to move, or we are moving into a more easeful, peaceful state of being, where the flow of energy can move through the body freely. Any sensations that might arise can just move through us freely. They might hang around for a bit, but eventually they will go. And we don't have to name them. We don't have to create a story why they're there. We just notice a feeling and just really feel it. So as you're breathing into your whole body now, being held up by the axis, the energetic axis that's running from the top of your head, well from the heaven through the top of your head down, through the body outside, the pelvis connecting all the way down to the centre of the earth, Mother Earth. From that point of stability, You're breathing into your whole body. Breathing maybe to the inside of your skin, to that point of boundary, the shape of the body, the point that separates you from outside. So breathing up to that boundary, the inside point to where your body finishes. So just noticing the boundary of your body. From the central axis to the boundary of your body, the space that you can create and the energy that can be created in that space. And then if you want to, imagine that you can expand your capacity, expand yourself beyond the outline of your body. Expanding your awareness to maybe a couple of inches away from your body. So you're breathing into that. So in yoga we have layers or sheaths, koshas, that surround the body energetically. So if you like, you can imagine your kosha, the light around your body, which is your energy body. You're going to be breathing into that, expanding your awareness to include what is just outside the physical form of yourself. And again, we're just relaxing into that, not trying to control, manipulate. Being aware of what is. And that's it. That's all we need to do. And then I'd like you, when you're ready to, I'd like you just to draw your awareness back into inside the body, back in towards that central axis. The connection to heaven and earth. And then we're just going to take a few deeper breaths. Really try to get the breath into your tummy. Expand the tummy. Nice big breath. 3 rounds. You can even sigh if you want to. bring them together, place them over your heart centre, bowing your head to your heart. Just offering some gratitude. Thank you for the heavens above and the energy. And thank you for Mother Earth and the support and the nourishment. Thank you for my body, for creating my life, allowing me to live. Thank you for being part of this practice with me today. Namaste. Okay, well done. So just gently bring yourself back into the room, blink your eyes open whenever you're ready, just to finish the practice today. I hope that you enjoyed that. It's an interesting practice to work with the energies. And yeah, just notice how you feel and just, make sure that you're grounded before you start to move. Thank you.